Close your eyes if you feel comfortable. Sit your spine, pull your shoulders back gently. Focus on your breath. Breathing deeply. Filling into the lower diaphragm and into your chest. And exhale. All that no longer serves you. Focus on how our body feels in the right now moment. And we focus on the breath. And what is within our control. You can feel the cool life filling your lungs. So if you hold on for too long, it can become toxic, so we let it go. Breathing in deeply. Exhaling completely. Relaxing any tension on your hands and your feet. Your arms and your legs. Just finding the calmness and peace is available to you. Throughout our time together today, I'd like you to remain focused on your breath. And I'll give you some reminders to refocus, to shift from compulsive breath into conscious breathing. And this is how we build awareness of right now. And how we build a friendship with that. Exhaling completely. Coming back into this space, maintaining your calmness and peace. Wiggling your fingers a little, opening your eyes when you're comfortable. I appreciate that you chose to spend your time here today and join us in our month of friendship and our awareness. How do we bring friendship into our life every day? And one of the things I want to bring, let's see if I can a little bit on this. I don't know how this.
Did you turn it on?
I did. Still not working. Oh, okay. Well, anyway, so the first picture shows the picture of me in the mirror, and that's what we really have to recognize in ourselves is how are other people seeing us? We need to be able to look at that shadow self. We need to be able to recognize what we are being, right? What am I being? Am I being of integrity? Am I being of love? And for me, love is like an acronym. It's about lifting others' vibrational energy. And we can express love, but if we're not helping to raise other people up in their love, what are we really doing? Right? We don't want to be tearing people down. We want to build each other up. And what I've realized me in my essence is I'm natural. I try to be as natural as possible in my expression of who I am and how I want to be and how I want to see the world shaped. And so that's an expression of consciousness. And that happens when we're being aware of who we are right now. And one Can you manually go to the beginning on that
Yep,
one?
there you go. There you go, too far.
So I want to talk about the who, what, where, when, why, how. Friendship can bring you into now and how you become aware. And so the who is the I am, right? And the what initiates a friendship? Sometimes it's an act of kindness, sometimes it's a smile, sometimes it's a shared experience that we want to embrace each other in. And when we have that smile as a catalyst, it's an initiator of great things that can happen. Because when people come together, it's amazing what things can happen. You know, one person by themselves is only going to achieve so much. But when many people come together, it's amazing what can happen. And the what is life happening for you or to you? And that's a perspective that we all have to hold in that right now moment. And that right now moment is best found when we're focusing on the breath. And that's something that was happening all the time for us as a reminder. And when we can be conscious of our breath and the way that we're breathing, we're becoming conscious of the right now moment and how we're acting in it. That's all we are. We're actors. These are skin suits that we're able to hang out with each other and share ideas and experiences. The where and the when is everywhere that you are right now. And that's always changing. And that's the beauty of life, is it's always changing. From the time we were born to the time that we are done with this life experience. It's a consistent change. We get used to those changes and we learn how to surf them. So the how. The how is by being heavily meditated. And that heavily meditated is, we had a very gentle introduction in the meditation there. But to dive in deeply on it, it takes about a half an hour to introduce that. We don't have that level of time today. But what we do have is the ability of shifting awareness to our breath and realizing what and when is within our control. I realize this is a pretty big job for me to be me, and for me to be doing me in a way that I find health and happiness and peace and abundance. It's that's what I can control, right? When I'm expressing health and happiness, peace and abundance in my life, it's easy to make friends. I make fur friends and I make real friends every time I'm given the opportunity to talk with somebody about real things. And that's the things that are connecting us, the things that matter. Because that's what we are. We are matter, right? We are a manifestation of matter. And we should focus on what matters. So there's a picture of a friend who was talking about her first fishing experience. Right? These are things that everybody can kind of connect with. If you can remember the first fish you've ever caught, you can understand the excitement that a little person holds. The smile is the opposite of a trigger. For me, a smile is the initiation of a happy thought, right? And when we do that, it can pull a friend out of depression. It can pull a person out of having a poor day and just improving everybody's life, and it doesn't even cost anything. And when we pay attention, we share ideas and we share these smiles, and we're able to grow from that. There's more friends helping feed people. Some of these friends are here today. Some of these people are here in our community. That's how we make our friends, because we have shared experiences. I've had shared experiences of stacking rocks, lots and lots of rocks. The Mormon missionaries have come and helped me. We've stacked rock walls, and then rock walls that weren't stacked quite right. We took them all apart. We stacked them again. And with many hands, it only took us a few hours, right? And there's so many opportunities for us to create in our community where when many hands come together, it makes light work. I have another friend who had extra friends. And when he started stacking rocks, he built a castle. And he built walls that surround his whole property. They're like 8 foot tall, free-stacked rock. It's beautiful. It's right here in the valley. People talk about the Congdon Mansion, but they forget about Dave's place. Dave's place is up on the hill. And it's just a man that's recognized resources that were available in his community, in his space. And he started putting them together in an artistic way. And he's an artist in all that he does. He can take an old Chevy truck bed and turn it into a hawk, a fantastic metal sculpture. He's taken land that nobody else wanted, or that was out of the way, and he's created a real functional landscape. It's beautiful. There's also a picture up there, maybe we'll find out on another day, of a snake that I caught, a rattlesnake.
Oh, yeah.
And some people say, oh, that's a horrible friend to make with a rattlesnake. But he was friendly, and so was I. When I came into his space, he rattled at me. He let me know that, hey, I'm right here. Maybe if we can be friends, we can both walk away from this. And so I relocated him to a nicer area. Hoping somebody would grant me the same respect if I end up in the wrong spot at the wrong time. Right? Because that's what friends do. Friends embrace what it is that the golden rule is about, and the teachers like Jesus and Moses and all of these guys and girls that have come before, right? And since there was no J's in the Hebrew language, maybe his expression was of he's us, and he's us in a divine expression of what a friend is. How do we act towards each other to express the golden rule and the way the world can be if we start paying attention to what matters and we start treating each other like we're brothers and sisters. I realized some time ago that I have 2 ears and 2 eyes, and I only have 1 mouth. And there's all sorts of ways that I can learn from the universe. And when I was a child, one of them was of the beaver. Because wherever the beaver worked, the landscapes became abundant of life. Turned green and was hydrated. And so there's a picture there's the rattlesnake. There's a picture of there's a porcupine that I was able to hang out with and make friends with. Right here, this is an expression of what the beaver taught me. And there's a land bridge that helps to hold back the winter water and spring water to the landscape. It's building trees and it's building forest out in the desert.
You want the next one?
We've got a picture up here coming up, maybe. Oh, there's my friendship with a nomadic life. I realize that we have roots on trees, plants, because they stay in one place. But we have feet and we have tires. And we have the ability of going and experiencing all of the beautiful things in life that the world offers to us. But we need to be living in freedom. And freedom, in the basis, is the conscious expression of our free will. I built my ministry off of that. It's free will ministry. It's the opposite of control because I accept you just the way you are. And that's an expression of love because that's how we want to be, right? We want to be accepted. We want to feel that we're part of family and part of our friends. There's also some pictures up here with the scary fangs. And there's insects or predators or things that will come into our life that can look scary, but perhaps they're there under a different perspective to help us to handle pests. Just like I've made friends with bullies. Bullies have helped me to recognize that we have to stand up for ourselves. We can't rely on somebody somewhere else to ensure that accountability is being maintained. And if everybody can teach us something, everybody becomes our friend. So we've kind of covered the who, what, where, when, why, how. That being a friend with the now can be a huge benefit in our life. When we're in stress, we're in dis-ease. But when we're in calmness and peace, we find ease and we find the abundance of what life in the right now offers. So if anybody has any questions about, we don't have a guide there on this. Oh, you know what? We should talk about sometimes when friendships have shown themselves to be toxic, right? And if a friendship is proven toxic, we need to recognize that we have to have healthy boundaries. And everybody is just being who they are right now, right? And if we have expectations of other people, it's like premeditating resentment, because we don't control them. And what a boring place it would be if everybody lived and acted just like me. You know, it's, with some friends, the future's so bright we have to wear shades, right? And some friends are friends of friends. Have you ever noticed that when a friend has introduced you to another friend, that you become friends too? Right? They say we're disconnected only in six degrees of separation globally. Right? How fantastic is that? Because there's like 8 billion people out there waiting to be your friend. And I've been around the planet twice, and I've met people who they didn't look like me. They didn't. We even had a language barrier, but we were still able to express friendship. That we even traded, we bartered, we shared a meal. I've only run into a few people in all of the thousands and thousands that I've met that maybe you're going to say, I don't want that friend to be in my life very long. I mean, sometimes it's best to recognize that this is a big, big planet, and if they want to do their life elsewhere, that's a fantastic thing. So, anyway, I think the roots of yoga have helped me to find my expression of right now. Being calm, being present, being calculated. You know, it's about being conscious. And when we can raise our consciousness, yoga being one of those tools, meditation helps us to manage our thoughts and our actions. It's a training that we do in each of our now moments. So, if there's no questions, I would like to yield the platform.
I just have a comment. You also never know when a friend is gonna touch you. I got a friend that lives in Vancouver, that she and I probably haven't talked for at least 2 years, maybe 3. And I have been just incredibly depressed. I just couldn't get out of my own way. And she and her husband were driving through Yakima, and they stopped in Pollock, and we went and had lunch, and her presence, her aura, whatever you want to call it, lifted me right. I mean, I had a very distinct feeling when I left them that I'm not down in the gutter anymore. It's like I stood in the light of her candle and she lifted me up. I think it's important to have prayers like that, whether you recognize them at the time or not.
That's an important comment. You know, we have to recognize, do we feel lifted or do we feel drained after our engagement with somebody? And that is a friend that really recognizes it takes nothing from her flame to ignite yours. She was just being that friend and it brought you back. Yeah, that's fantastic. Yes.
Yeah, and we talked about rocks and stacking rocks. I'm gonna give you this. I don't know if you guys know the man Jeffrey Reynolds, but I think he was a coroner or something, but he lives around the corner from me. And his yard is beautiful stacked rocks, columnar basalt, and all kinds of rocks that he's went up and collected. And it's really accessible, and it's really cool to see that.
Absolutely.
Do you know who?
I have.
Oh, yeah.
What's the cross sections on it?
It's avalanche and 46.
Okay, great. Well, hopefully we can all kind of make a contact.
Yeah, whenever you go out to the Labyrinth Walk, you can just walk down by his house and see it, because it's just
Okay.
really close to Gilbert Park.
Yeah, it's really neat to watch element come into manifestation because human intention shaped it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he saw it, he had an image in his mind and he made it happen through the action of his hands.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Anybody else wanna contribute? Are we all good then?
That's it.
Thank you so much, Rob. That was really nice.